If you receive emails on a daily basis, this AI tool is essential for you. I'm not even one of those people who receive hundreds of emails per day. I'm not even kidding. Some of these professionals receive like 300 emails per day. Even for me, this is very annoying. As you see, there are some predefined categories which are not my preference. And even if they were, this doesn't work properly. Like, as you see, there are some promotions in my primary, there are some social updates. So we are gonna fix this. By the end of this video, you'll get one of the most simple, but one of the most effective AI tools that you can have in your professional life. So just wait till the end and you'll see how beautiful and clean an inbox can get. So the process starts inside the Gmail itself. We are going to use some tools and do some housekeeping here and then combine it with n8n and make the perfect workflow for our Gmail. The first thing we need to do is to add some labels. You can have your own labels, but I've looked around and I found some best practices. So my first label is follow-up. Just remember, if you are just following along right now, use brackets because we are going to use them later inside the n8n. Then I'm going to add waiting for response. Consider moving. And finally, need to read. Just remember, my names aren't that descriptive, but if you use more descriptive names, it might save you some time later in the process. So I like to add some colors based on their urgency as well. So I'm going to say follow-up is the most urgent one. So I'm going with not red, but orange. Consider moving. This is like the least important one. Need to read. Yeah, not that important as well. I'm going with green. And waiting for response is kind of important. So I'm going with a lighter shade of orange. Now that we have our labels, we need to do some customization on the inbox. We go to settings, customize multiple inboxes. So to save time, I filled all these sections. Just remember, you have to use label, colon, and then the name of the label. And then you can assign it a name. Another important option here is multiple inbox position. By default, it's above the inbox, but I think right of the inbox is a lot cleaner. So just play around and pick the one that you like the most. Then you come down and you hit save changes. Now when we go back to inbox, we have this new look. We have all the categories on the right side and we have all of our emails on the left side. So now we can categorize all of these emails manually, or we can add an AI agent tool that automatically labels them for us. So for that, we go to n8n.io, a workflow automation tool. You sign in and when you make your first workflow, you see something like this. There are some notes that you can add on the right side when you click on the plus. So here's the workflow that I've built to categorize and label all of our emails every day. This is a very simple workflow, but it is very effective. So you can just follow along and build your own version of it and learn something in the process. But if you're not feeling to do the work right now, you can download this template in my, for now, free community, link in the description. Our community called the AI Frontier is dedicated to help business professionals and business owners to really exploit the power of AI agents before anyone else. So anyways, let's get to the build. The first thing we need to add is a schedule trigger. This means that our workflow is going to be executed every day on a specific time. So mine, for example, is going to be executed every day at midnight. So after a schedule trigger, we have edit fields. Inside of edit fields, we just have one prompt that is going to be passed to our AI agent every time that this schedule trigger is triggered on that specific time. So here I've said, organize all of my emails from the last 24 hours and send me a summary in this format. Title of the email, sender, assigned label, or labels. So this means that after the workflow is done, all of my emails are labeled and categorized, and I'll receive a summary explaining all of it in this format on Telegram. So why do we have this edit fields right here? Because the schedule trigger by default, at least as far as I know, doesn't pass any commands by itself. Now we get to the fun part, the AI agent. This is the node that is responsible for labeling all of our emails. By default, this is going to be on connected to chat trigger node, but we want to change that to define below. So let's test it right here. When I click on test step above this node, it's going to execute the workflow until this point. So when I click this, we have it executed until here, which you can see by the green color. So we come here and we see the message is inside the trigger field. So instead of the default connected to chat trigger node, we go on define below and we drag and drop it right here. So now the agent knows where should it get its commands from. But because we don't want to repeat everything every time, we need to add an option. By default, there won't be a system message right here. You need to add an option, then you can choose a system message right here. So we have a system message where we need to explain to the AI what are its responsibilities. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to give you an idea of how you can do it yourself. So the first thing is you are a helpful assistant. This is by default here. You organize my emails upon request. You access my Gmail account, take a look at my latest emails and label them one by one. So here's an important part. I let the AI agent know that the ones with brackets are custom-made labels. As you know, Gmail has a lot of different labels by default, and I'm not interested in them. So I differentiate my labels using brackets. This also ensures if I later on decide to add any labels right here, I don't have to change anything inside n8n. I just need to put that new label inside brackets, and the AI knows that it can and it should use this label the next time that it tries to run this workflow. Another important part is that I've told the AI to use label IDs instead of label names. For some reason, the Gmail API documentation says you can use names or IDs, but in my experience, names always return an error. So I just said you have to use labels ID. And finally, because my labels aren't descriptive enough, like what does it mean consider moving, I have an explanation here. The agent will use all of your custom-made labels whether you have a description here or not. But if you have one, it better understands your preferences. So consider moving in this case is the messages that are promotional and social alerts that are kind of spammy and I might want to consider moving them out of my inbox. And this is very interesting because if I go back to Gmail and for example like move this vidIQ to like spam or trash a couple of times or socials, the built-in Gmail AI will understand my preferences better as well. So over time, my Gmail will be cleaner and cleaner. And I have some explanations for other ones. Another important one is here. I've said that the AI agent should label in batches of 15 because you might get the Gmail API rate limit if you try to label too many messages at once. And also the AI agent itself is less likely to hallucinate in smaller batches. And finally, the AI models don't have access to the current time. So I've used a global variable by n8n that returns the exact time of the day. So now when I use commands like the last 24 hours, the AI can find the correct time frame in my inbox. So that's everything about the AI agent node. Each AI agent node needs an AI model as the brain of the agent. It's very simple. You just add the OpenAI chat model node, you go inside of it, and then you add credentials. So to get this API key, you have to go to platform.openai.com. You go to your profile, API keys, and then you create a new key. Then you paste it right here. And then you want to choose a model. I think anything below GPT-4o won't be able to handle this task. So I just used GPT-4o. So now we need to add some tools to our AI agent to get our labels, to get our emails. So all of these tools right here are the same node, but with different configurations. So for each one, let me explain what we do. So we need a tool that returns our labels and their ID. We need a tool that returns our messages. And we need another tool that the AI can use to label our messages. So first one, get labels. Very simple. We don't change anything. We just connect to our Gmail account and it's very straightforward. You just sign in with Google and it just works. And resource label, obviously, and operation, get many because we want all of our labels. For the messages, we do the same thing. Again, account is the same, set automatically, but resource this time is message. We get many. Here we have a limitation of 50 emails per day. You can change it to more than 50, but it sometimes breaks down the workflow. If you receive more than 50 emails per day, I have a solution for you as well. Just wait around. So you can leave the rest of it as is, but I don't want the AI agent to label the read emails. So I just add a filter to only return the unread emails. When you add this received after option, you can click on this icon right here. And this means that this will be defined automatically by the model. And finally, we are going to assign our label to the message. For this one, again, very simple. Credentials and tool description is the same, resources message, and this time we go for add label. Again, we'll let the message ID and label names or IDs to be defined by the model. And lastly, we have a Telegram send message node as a nice to have output. But I'm not going to details for this one. So now let's try it out. First, we want to remove the current data in our workflow. Then we click test workflow. As you see, it got the labels. Now it is receiving the messages. Now it is consulting with OpenAI chat model. Then it's going to label our messages one by one right here. And in batches. The first batch is done. Okay, I received the notification. Oh, so because I said in the last 24 hours, only 6 of our emails were in the last 24 hours. So let's see what happened right here. We need to refresh the page. So, okay, we have our labels, and as you see, they are added in these nice categories as well. So I removed all the labels so we can try on a much longer time frame to see how it labels all of our emails. So now we go back to n8n, and this time instead of the last 24 hours, let's go the last 2 weeks. Okay, now we run the workflow again. So this time it should take a lot longer to receive all of our emails. We are getting ready to label our first batch. Okay, our first batch of 15 is done, but so unfortunately we get the OpenAI rate limit. It's because I've been testing out these tools all day long. So let's go back just for our current 15. Yeah, it worked for the 15, but it didn't get to the next batch. And I don't think I can help it. Like if I run it again, it probably goes to get rate limited again, but you'll be fine. I tested this multiple times yesterday and it worked fine every time. So it should be because I've been using OpenAI API today a lot. But even if you had problems with rate limitations of OpenAI, you could always change this model to Gemini, to Anthropic Claude, to Grok 3, to DeepSeek. Any other model could do the same thing. But what if you have more than 50 emails? As you remember, we had a limitation of 50 emails for each workflow. You also have this option of going for Gmail, and here you have a unmessage received Gmail trigger. So this time, instead of a schedule trigger, each time you receive a message, you trigger a workflow. And you can label your emails one by one. The problem with that is you are going to run the whole workflow for each message. And if you take a look at the n8n.io pricing, it is not very friendly. You are going to get only 2,500 workflow executions for $20 per month. Another option is to run the workflow instead of once every day, once every 6 hours. Or even better, but a bit more technical, you can have a webhook. Then you can have a third-party application that just counts the number of emails received. And each time it reaches like 50 emails, you trigger this webhook to execute the workflow. So the final thing is our summary inside Telegram. As you see, we have the title, we have the sender, and we have the assigned label. Also to show you that it actually worked before, as you see, my last message has 29 emails. The one before that has 20 emails. So this batches of 15 works, but as I said, it's because of the rate limit by OpenAI. If you want to learn more of this stuff and you want to make them more production ready, you should check out my free community link in the description. It's not going to remain free, but you can enjoy it as long as it is. So take care and have a good day.